Welcome to the most wonderful, the most expensive time of year. And the research shows that your dining out budget is likely about to increase by 30%. And why is that? It is certainly not due to laziness. We're tired, busy, and overbooked. So I have 2 dining out strategies that I use during busy seasons that will allow you to not blow the budget and still be able to pay your bills in January. And the beauty of these 2 strategies is you can literally use them during any busy season, not just the holidays. So let's get into it. The food strategy. You want to aim for meals where you can turn 1 meal into 2 meals. So you need to be sure that you choose meals that reheat well. The type of meals I'm talking about are pasta, pizza, rice bowls, stir fries. You want to make sure if you're going to get a salad, you get the dressing on the side, and even some roasted chicken meals. I wouldn't too much do steak because if you, for instance, like your steak medium well or medium like myself, if you go warm it up, that thing is going to be medium well or well done. So I wouldn't necessarily choose a steak. But all those other meals, they tend to warm up pretty well, and you can split them from 1 to 2. What I would avoid is any type of sandwich, burger, or fries. Now, if you are splurging and your desires are not to turn this 1 meal into 2 meals, then it really doesn't matter what you get. This step doesn't apply to you. Get whatever you like. However, those burgers and fries and sandwiches, they do not do well on the reheat, and they also do not multiply well into a second meal. Split your meals into the moment they hit the table. When you are talking to the waitress and you order your food, you can let the waitress know at that moment, can you please bring me a to-go box? Or as soon as the food comes out, ask for a to-go box. That way you can go ahead and split half of it into your box so that you are not tempted to eat it right then and there. This was something that I learned years ago when I was in a weight loss program. There were 2 major dining out tips that I learned. One was go ahead and put your food in a to-go box right there on the spot so that you are not tempted to eat all of it. The other one, which I already mentioned, was ask for your salad dressing on the side, because I promise you when you put that salad in the refrigerator with dressing already on it the next day, it's gonna be nasty and soggy. You're not gonna wanna eat it, and now you done wasted a whole meal. Be intentional with drinks and add-ons. Water is free, but drinks, appetizers, and desserts, oh my goodness, do they add up really fast, especially when you're on a tight budget or you got some big financial goals you're trying to meet. When we were younger, when we used to go out to eat with my mom, she would love to ask for water, lemons, and they always had sugar packets on the table. And she would sit there at that table and make lemonade. And I thought it was the craziest thing in the world. Now I understand what she was doing, because you know what? That water was free, the lemons were free, and they're not charging you for sugar packets. So tell me in the comments, do you have a frugal dining out tip that you use, or do you have a memory of something frugal that your parents did when you guys dined out? Bring home everything you pay for. Even if they bring out some free bread, if you actually do eat bread or if someone in your household eats it, put it in your to-go box and take it home. Leftovers are now officially a part of your food game plan for the month. And what you don't want is to get that food, put it in the box, and then you leave it on the table. Don't leave your money sitting on the table in that restaurant. The finance strategy. Protect your budget, because a budget only works if it is realistic. You do this by increasing your food budget so that you are not anxious about how you're gonna cover this credit card bill come January. During the holiday months, we know already that we are not gonna be cooking as much because there are just so many things to do, so many activities. So we beef up our dining out budget. Now, this does a couple of things for us. It prevents us from being overwhelmed, from wasting food that we bought that we're not gonna cook. And we got a little bit of relief because we know that come January, we don't have to figure this thing out. We've already budgeted for what it's gonna cost for us to live through this busy season. Treat yourself. Just plan for it. A planned splurge is still a strategy. The issue comes into play when you go to a steakhouse and you pay $200 for a meal that you never planned for. That is when it officially becomes a setback. So if you don't want to worry about any of this kind of stuff and you just plan on treating yourself and you're gonna not use any strategies or tactics when you go out to eat, that is your prerogative. I'm just saying, plan for it. Mind your money and do what works best for you. Even if that means telling your friends, listen, I can't join y'all for dinner, but we can do lunch because it's a little bit more affordable. December is full of all the things with so many different things going on. So tomorrow you will certainly thank today you for having a game plan. Here's your money saving magic. Strategic dining out reduces grocery waste. You're using every dollar you spent. Leftovers reduce next day cooking fatigue. Stretching one restaurant meal into 2 cuts your average dining out cost in half. It is unrealistic to believe that we will not dine out at all. And to be honest, culture has made dining out seem more appealing and more convenient. And the truth is, it's not dining out that's bad. It's the lack of a strategy and charging up credit cards to dine out when we can't afford it. These 2 dining out strategies will help prevent you from blowing your budget so that you can redirect your funds to those things that really matter the most to you. Now you have done all of this work and you have your leftovers, but you gotta make sure you reheat them properly. And if you haven't seen my video on the 3 appliances that mean the most in my kitchen, you can watch this video up here at the top and you'll see that I mentioned the air fryer. Also, in the comments of that video, several of you have stated that you want to see how I use the air fryer. So in my next video, I'm gonna show you how I actually reheat leftovers in my air fryer, but also how I use it just to get delicious meals on the table on busy nights. If you are new here and you are trying to figure out who is this bald head lady on the internet trying to tell me how to dine out and spend my money, I want you to go down to the description and download my free 5-point grocery saving system that I use to reduce food waste, assemble meals quickly, and to stay on budget, all without sacrificing taste. I'm April, the kitchen strategist, and my goal is to help you stop eating your money.